So Janelle Evans, like I told you guys, like she was just bored yesterday. She saw that there was a lot of hoopla surrounding Nathan's situation. Nathan, he was arrested for yet again allegedly strangling another woman. This time it's his 21-year-old girlfriend. We talked about that on yesterday's episode of the Morning Report, of course, but and we're going to get into what she had to say about all of that. But that she didn't stop there. She actually decided that she wanted to go in on her estranged husband, David Eason, and his latest victim, girlfriend, Janelle. Right. And so Janelle took it upon herself to spread pregnancy rumors about Janelle out of the blue. Mind you, this lady's name is not Janelle, it's Kinsley or something like that. But, I prefer calling her Janelle. So shout out to Teen Mom Chatter. Y'all know I love me some Teen Mom Chatter. Shout out. I'm not on the Twitter anymore, right? Ever since Elon Musk's Nazi salute. I'm not on it. So I miss out on some of these things. So Janelle posted a photo of herself in a dress saying, "So glad it's dress season again." And here comes Janelle saying, "Wow, she's wearing a lot of dresses lately. I'm calling it. She's probably pregnant. Good luck with that." So imagine you're wearing a dress because it's hot outside and you're excited. Because when it's cold, what do? You wear pants. And all of a sudden, your married boyfriend's wife, who is secretly stalking you online, and she's got millions of followers, she decides to take it upon herself to start spreading the rumor to everybody that you are pregnant. I can't see this woman's full dress here, but to me, based off the way that her boobs are being held up over there, it kind of looks like she's wearing a bodycon dress, right? AKA a tight dress. So I can't imagine that somebody who is trying to hide a pregnancy would go ahead and wear an extremely tight, form-fitting, figure-hugging, dress. Right? Like Janelle was just so desperate to pick a fight with this woman that she just decided to say whatever came to mind, even if it was something that was just completely unreasonable. Right? Tadisha says it's almost hurtful for me to watch her be so dumb. That's what it is with Janelle. Just dumb. Foolishness. Who wears a bodycon dress to hide a pregnancy, Janelle? It doesn't make any sense. Right? And so Janelle decided to go ahead and clap back. She put the quote, "She's pregnant," and it's Jim from The Office laughing, and it says "no" below, right? And then she also followed it up by saying, "I had a restraining order on someone once and I never spoke about them. Shocking. I actually wanted nothing to do with them or their girlfriends. What a phenomenon." So that one, I don't even know what that's in regards to. But shout out to Team Mom Chatter for getting the screenshots per usual, right? And Janelle didn't want to end things there. She wanted to keep things going. She really was thirsting for attention yesterday. She was, y'all, right? So here she comes saying, "If the shoe fits, biatch, but wasn't talking about you. I stay on your mind." Really, Janelle? Out of the blue, when you're estranged husband's girlfriend posts about dresses season and how she's been wearing dresses lately, you went and posted about women wearing dresses lately, random women. A random woman might be pregnant. Who else would you care about whether or not she's pregnant, right? If not for your husband's girlfriend. Just own it. That's the thing I don't like about people who are messy but cannot own the fact that they're messy. You're messy. You're still hung up on whatever's going on with David and this girl. And that's why you posted that, Janelle. I cannot think of a single other person that would be meant for, right? Because first of all, would it be Nathan's girlfriend? The girl, she's always in like leggings, right? She's a gym rat. So she's always in like workout sets and whatnot, fitness wear. And then I don't think she's worried about her first baby daddy, Andrew. Is he still modeling in China? I don't know where that man is. She's not worried about him, right? Is it August? Does August have a new girlfriend? We haven't seen anything about his new girlfriend posting. She used to do this sort of thing to August's new girlfriend, but we're not seeing that, right? So Janelle decided that she was tired of Janelle and her game. So she responded after Janelle says, "If the shoe fits," right? So she says, "I'll wear the shoes. At least someone wears clothes." That was the dig at Janelle because Janelle, she exposes her booty hole on OnlyFans. For what? How much is she charging you guys? Are any of you guys subscribing to that? How much do you pay for it?
How much are y'all paying for it? Listen, by the way, apparently um this is how Janelle makes a lot of money. And we were talking about this in yesterday's episode of the Morning Report. Apparently, last time I heard her talking about her OnlyFans money was somewhere between 20 to 40K a month. Like she's making money on that. And especially with the content that she shoots with her friend and whatnot, the girl on girl content, I imagine that that's making her some good money. Just saying. Minnie says, if I was stalking my ex's girlfriend like this, I would never post it. I would rather be waterboarded. Exactly. Same here. You know what you do if you want to stalk your ex and his new girlfriend? You make a Finsta. And then you just, you observe from a distance if that's what you feel like doing. You don't go and start throwing shade and whatnot. That's lame, especially because everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. And if you're going to throw shade, don't be so damn specific to post about dresses and whatnot, right? And pregnancies and this and that. The minute this girl posts a picture of her in a dress. And why are you even hung up on whoever this man is with? This man is hell on wheels. We saw what you went through with this man. Like, I imagine that this girl is going through the exact same thing that you went through. I imagine that this girl probably wants to get rid of this guy, but this guy is a homosexual who is probably refusing to leave. He probably started receiving mail over there, right? And is using that as an excuse and a way to stay in her house. So for you, instead of being relieved that this man is out of your life, right, for now, you're over there mad about the latest victim he's with. I would be rejoicing. I don't get it. Right? Star, how was your salmon Caesar salad? How funny is that from the last episode of Teen Mom Next Chapter? Does it compare to a chicken Caesar? Like, is it a good combo? I didn't get to have it last time. You know what I did with my salmon? I put my usual teriyaki soy sauce type stuff on it. Acacia says Janelle needs to focus on why she's traumatizing her kids. Get Jason a sport and worry about being a mom. Exactly. That reminds me of one of the comments that I liked over there next to Teen Mom Chatter's post. Let me zoom it in so I could read it to you guys, okay? So somebody had said, imagine fighting with two of your ex's girlfriends in one day. It's almost like she doesn't have 3 kids at home to take care of, right? Like, Janelle cannot be bothered with those children. She is just, she's just here for the drama and that's it, She's probably hiding out in her little, clubhouse or whatever it is while these kids are off doing God knows what, unsupervised and whatnot. Honestly, I feel so badly for her children, And the thing about Janelle is that she didn't even choose like good men where you could be like, oh, for example, Amber, she chose guys who can like take care of their kids, right? So you're like, okay, at least Leah has a stable life with Gary, Christina, at least Andrew or James has a stable-ish life with Andrew. Is Andrew like have his own place yet? Is he still living with his parents? Like, he's not great, but he's not Amber, right? And he's not Janelle's baby daddies, right? Just saying. Now let's get into the last set of tweets that these two girlies were sending back and forth. So Ken Lee, in response to the OnlyFans stuff, said, photos are trash. Here's my card. Janelle said, and your man was the one taking all my photos. So listen, you left him a year ago. He was taking your photos a year ago because guess what? You were paying his damn bills. Is it a flex that you were taking care of a grown, able-bodied man, paying all of his bills while he refuses to work? I personally do not think so. I would not be bragging about this man taking photos of me because it's kind of like the Caitlyn and Tyler thing, right? Where it's like, to me, it's like the one spouse is pimping the other out, right? So to me, David taking pictures of you so that you can go and sell your body while this man sits up in your house, eating your food, using up your electricity and not contributing a dime, especially after he caused you to lose your damn job, that is not a flex at all. That's embarrassing. Okay. And then Canal responded, forced to, kind of like you force yourself to be a mother. Ooh, not coming for the motherhood now. And Janelle responds, forced for this ass? Don't think so. Ask him about it. You see, here's one thing about Janelle, right? You could say she's a bad mom. You could say she doesn't care about those kids. You could say that those kids, like, you feel bad for them that they have her as a mom. But if you say anything about her man, in her body or whatever, her booty, she's going to clap back. She said, you know what? Okay, whatever. I do force myself to be a mom. It's not my vibe. But don't come from my behind. He liked my behind. The jokes always write themselves when it comes with Janelle. I'm telling you. And that says that the girlfriend was wearing that pink flowy dress on her post, not the bodycon one. Let me go put up that pink dress. Thank you, Inez. Let me take a look. does this look like it's hiding a pregnancy to you guys? Look, it was Easter. She looks like she's got her church steppers on and everything like that to go to an Easter service or something like that. Like, I don't know if I would consider this, but you know what? Listen, I guess I can see where you guys are coming from too. Y'all let me know. Does this look like a regular Easter dress, or does it look like she is hiding a pregnancy? Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning, East Awesome. Good luck on your interview. We really hope it all goes well. Let me catch up and see what y'all have to say here about this situation. Hey, Mary Duda, nice to see you. Shayna says Janelle is the problem. Caroline says that she is so childish. Hamlet says so much for focusing on her kids. Did she ever? Just curious. Hey, she's a train wreck. Nice to see you. Ramster says Janelle will still be like this when she's 80. Exactly. The pick me in her will never, ever go away. To be crashing out over David Eason, who had to squat on your boat when you broke up with him, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Truly, the party I would throw if I got rid of this man. And meanwhile, you're crashing out over him. Crazy. Mary Duda doesn't want your kitty cat, by the way, Janelle, before you think about offering it to her. Good morning, Jen. Nice to see you. Grace, I had no idea you were for real with OnlyFans. Gross. No. I'm not on OnlyFans. I will never be on OnlyFans, but I'm just letting y'all know that that is where Janelle's money comes from right now. So when she was going through her financials and whatnot in the divorce and separation, she talked about how much she made there. And I believe it's somewhere between 20 to 40K per month. Computer Robot says Janelle Evans Rogers Eason wants to have her hubby back, but David doesn't want anything to do with her. She's upset because no man wants her because she's already damaged a lot of relationships. And, you know, the thing is, instead of working on herself, right, and then maybe getting back out, you know, working on herself, making sure her kids are okay, because don't forget the alarming things that Jace has been putting on TikTok, right, about being depressed and everything. Those should be her priorities, not whether or not David's new victim is pregnant. Like, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Good morning, Francine, Sammy, and everybody else, Gwen, everybody else tuning in. Nice to see y'all, right? Isn't that crazy? We were just going through all of the posts that Jesus was making about feeling like he was alone. He said he posted something that said about like your own mom doesn't believe in you, all sorts of things like that, right? David's criminal trial is coming up for his alleged choking and strangulation of your child. You're not worried about that. You're worried about whether his girlfriend is pregnant or not. Are you jealous? Like, you want to win back a man who's currently facing criminal charges for allegedly choking out your son? Are you okay? Anyway, y'all, listen. We do have another Janelle story to get to. But in the meantime, I want to break things up a little bit. We're talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Should we do that, or should we continue with the Janelle? You know what? Let's continue with Janelle. That way it'll be easier in post-production. So let's go into Janelle's other baby daddy. Okay. Then after that, we're going to do a quick break. So Janelle's other baby daddy, Nathan Griffith, with whom she shares son Kaiser, is currently sitting in jail. This is not his current mugshot, right? This is just one of his mugshots that I pulled from the internet. So he's 37 years old, and he's been dating this 21-year-old girl, right, named Anastasia, and he allegedly strangled her. And that is why he is sitting in jail. Mind you, this is a photo that she posted last night after all of this allegedly went down. She's wearing sunglasses and she's wearing a scarf, right? So here's one thing that happens sometimes if you've been the victim of choking or strangulation. It's that you can have bloodshot eyes, right? Like you can have marks on your neck and whatnot. So to me, she did this purposely, right? Like covering up these places that are typically telltale signs of strangulation, right? So it's nice that she's showing proof of life and whatnot. Thank God she's still here. But the fact that she's covered her eyes and she's covered her neck and everything, and we already know Nathan's history, right, with strangulation and whatnot. I believe everything that has come out so far about him, right? I still do not understand why they keep on letting this man come out onto the streets. Like, this man should be in jail permanently at this point. This is not the first time. This is not the second time that he has been accused or charged with strangling
or allegedly strangling a woman, right? He even did it to his own sister. So let's take a look. Janelle decided to go ahead and insert herself into this, just like she decided to insert herself into the situation of her estranged husband, David Easton's new girlfriend, daring to wear a dress for Easter, right? So I've got the video queued up right here. Let me bring it up for you guys. Let me make it bigger. Make sure that the volume is up. So yeah, it's quite the long story time, but pay attention to some of the details, right? Janelle is going to tell you how long it's been since Nathan bothered to check in on their child, right? And then she's going to say something very, very interesting at the end of the video as well that I think is going to stick out to you. And she also describes what happened yesterday when Nathan was arrested. So if you're watching me live, please continue to share your thoughts live in the comment section. Her story time is 8 minutes long. Okay, so we're going to be here for a while. And if you're in the playback posse, let us know in the comment section so we can chat as well. Here goes.
Man, do I got a story time for you guys. So buckle up.
She says it like it's exciting, right? Her ex, who's accused of strangling yet another woman. She's like, I got a story time for you. Buckle up. Girl, this is not tea.
Sorry for the background noise. There's a lot of planes, there's a park behind me, and there's birds everywhere. So you may or may not know, but my son Kaiser, his dad is Nathan Griffith. Kaiser has not seen Nathan in a year, maybe 2 years. I think it's been 2 years now. But we're both living in Vegas, and he doesn't even reach out, which he knows he's guilty of. With that being said, Nathan randomly called me yesterday. It was like 7 p.m.
He lives in the same state as his child, but he still has not seen his child in 2 years. Okay.
And he said, I need help. He's like, I usually don't ask for help, but I need help. And I said, I thought you were calling for Kaiser. He's like, no.
Nope.
Me and my girlfriend got into an argument. She ended up leaving the house, and now I need to leave before she calls the cops on me. I said, what did you do? Did you make her mad? Did you cheat on her? He's like, she thinks I cheated on her, but then also I've been drinking, which he knows he's not supposed to do because he's on probation. So Nathan books an Uber. I gave him my address. I said, listen, you can come over here. You can spend the night. You can stay in Kaiser's room because he has a queen size bed. And then in a few days, you got to figure out what you're doing. But I will give you the option of trying to help you. And I'm only doing that because, of course, it's Kaiser's father. So we booked the Uber. He said, hey, my Uber's here. I'm about to leave. And as soon as he opened the door, the cops were there. And he shut the door. And I said, did you shut the door? He's like, yeah, I'm not going out there. I'm like, you should probably go talk to them. He's like, no, they can call me. So as I'm trying to talk him through, maybe you should speak to the cops. I'm like, did you hurt her? No, I didn't do anything, Janelle. I just want to leave. He was crying his eyes out. He's like, I don't want to get arrested again. I'm going to get arrested again. I said, well, you shouldn't be drinking. That's your fault. I said, but if you didn't hit her, I said, you need to go talk to them and tell them that. And he told me, this girl has attacked me. I tried to leave 4 or 5 times. She didn't let me. She did circles around me. He was on FaceTime with his mom while all of that was happening between him and his girlfriend. So the whole time this whole incident was happening, he was on FaceTime with his mother. And his mother talked to his girlfriend. His girlfriend said, look, he just got on top of me. He didn't strangle me, but it scared me. So then I called the police. So I was on FaceTime with him from 7 p.m. until 9:35 when they ended up breaking inside the house and tackling Nathan to the ground, even though he wasn't resisting when they arrived. And they promised Nathan, we're just going to talk to you. We're just going to talk to you. But then as soon as he would open the door, they're like, put your hands up. And Nathan, I'm not trying to stick up for him, but he has PTSD from being in the military and people shooting at him. So when he heard that, he shut the door and he got scared and he started crying to me even more. And it was really, really sad. So as I'm on Nathan had 2 phones. As I'm on FaceTime with him, he was also on another phone talking to police. And the police were trying to convince him, we're just going to talk to you. Come out. We're not here to arrest you. Just want to speak to you. Everything's fine, Nathan. They tried talking to him for literally like an hour and a half. And he would not go out there no matter what I said, no matter what they said. So that's why they ended up coming in. Now, I don't know if they had the right or authority to just break in, because his probation officer wasn't there. So legally, I don't know. So they tackled him to the ground, and the cops forgot to shut off FaceTime, and they got Nathan in the cop car. Once they got Nathan in the cop car, they said, oh, well, at least we don't have to deal with him for another 2 years because he's going to be gone in prison. And then they started laughing about it. And then he said, yeah, if he gives you a hard time, just tase him in the back seat. And they forgot to hang up on me. So I heard all that. So then in the morning, I wake up and I see that his girlfriend's out posting on social media that, they broke up. And I talked to Nathan's mom, and Nathan's mom is just like distraught. But what gets me is I understand Nathan was drunk, but honestly, I mean, if he was on FaceTime with his mom the whole time, and the girlfriend admitted to his own mother that she didn't get hit, I don't understand why both of them didn't get arrested. Before Nathan got arrested, they said, we got your girlfriend in handcuffs. And he's like, why? Take her out of handcuffs. And they're like, no, because she's charged with domestic violence as well. Because I guess she bit him and he had 2 bite marks. And he's like, she bit me. She hits me. He's like, well, you got to come out here and show us that. And he didn't want to because he was scared. Fast forward to this morning, she posts on social media and she acts like she's sad, which I understand. She's probably a little sad because that's a sad situation to end up in, but also I think it's equally both their faults, in my opinion. So I had my little spy do a little research on his girlfriend, and we found out her name's Anastasia Biddle. She's 21 years old. She comes from Yuma, Arizona, and I guess her family lives here as well. And she's been arrested before. Here's her mugshot. Again, I don't know what she was arrested for, but apparently she's not so innocent either. So, with all this being said, I just wanted some help with Kaiser, and I wanted to actually force Nathan to stop drinking. Since I'm single and don't have another man here, it'd be really nice if Nathan can help out sometimes. So I can he can take Kaiser to the park sometimes with the kids, or just do normal dad stuff. I was willing to give him that opportunity, and he didn't make it out before the cops got there. Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. It's sad, and it was really sad to see him cry. Also, I've been in contact with his mom since all this has been going down, and I said, why hasn't he got help for drinking? And she's like, because honestly, his probation officer is going to violate him. And I said, what? And she's like, yeah, you have to go to rehab, messed up, drunk, something for them to accept you. And she said, once you get out of rehab, I'm going to violate you for being drunk. So he can't go get help. He can't stop drinking. So where's the middle here is what I want to know. I think it's very hard for people to even get into rehab in the first place. And when they're willing to go, that is a time to get them in. I think someone needs to advocate for Nathan. And I think by me sharing this, I'm hoping it'll get back to the cops or the judge or the PO officer somehow, because this time I don't think it was entirely his fault. I know his intentions last night. He was more sad than angry. So I'm not sure what really happened, but don't take her word for it, whatever she's saying, whatever she's posting, because I think both of them are in the wrong for this. And they both just need to go their separate ways. Nathan needs to focus on himself, just like I am, being single, and I'm not even going on dates or anything. And he was saying, I'm scared. I love her so much. And I'm like, I know you love her, but you got to get over being lonely. You just got to. And it's hard to do that. I mean, it took me almost 10 years. So I get it. But, I'm still here for Nathan if he needs anything, because it's sad to see him in that situation. But yeah, that's what ended up happening to me last night. Other than that, I'm just sitting here waiting for my pool to be filled, and I moved. So I'll give you a life update later, but I just wanted to get this out there because it's all over the social media. But yeah, that's my testimony. Bye, you guys. But I'm doing good.
My bad. Sorry. I didn't realize I had it muted. But isn't it crazy that she doxed this woman? She blamed this woman. She brought up her criminal record to justify Nathan, the town strangler, strangling this woman. So this woman, again, her name is Anastasia or Anastasia. She posted her mugshot herself. She said, yeah, I was arrested for excessive speeding. Like, what does this have to do with the issue at hand? And why is Janelle writing so hard for Nathan, especially after she's opened up the video by telling us that her deadbeat ex-boyfriend and deadbeat baby daddy lives in the same state as his son Kaiser and has made zero effort to see Kaiser. And he has made zero effort to contact Janelle about Kaiser. And the only time he contacted her was to get her help to hide from the police after he allegedly strangled yet another woman. This is the man you're defending. Not only that, but you offered for him to come into your home and sleep in your child's bed, a child that has been devastated by this guy, barely knows this guy. Like, am I in the Twilight Zone? You hopped on the internet to brag about this with a straight face like it's normal. It's astounding. It is truly astounding. And like Bree said, Janelle is delusional. She was once the girl that was the victim of Nathan's violence. His own sister was a victim of Nathan's violence. So why would you defend this? And in speaking about his sister, she was hospitalized with a fractured jaw after Nathan attacked her. All she did was take in her brother, her violent loser brother, no offense. And this is how he repaid her, by strangling her and fracturing her damn jaw. That's who you're defending? Brianna says it's horrible. They live in the same city and him not even seeing his own child. And she's sitting there helping him. Exactly. Mary Duda says she answers the phone for her baby more for the baby daddy than for her own son. You see, you're busy stalking or trying to get involved with your exes. Meanwhile, your children are suffering and crying out for help and talking about how you never encourage them. You tell them that they're nothing, they're feeling suicidal. And this is what you're over here on TikTok worried about. Winnie the Cat says she wasn't even that supportive of her own son. Exactly. Where was she when her son was the victim of an attack? She was on social media leading a smear campaign against him, a hate campaign against her minor child, right? And like Gwen said, yes, Nathan is a veteran with PTSD, but that does not mean that he can do what he does to women. This is not a once or twice thing, right? And why is it that his PTSD only has him strangling women? Why isn't he strangling the big, strong men at the gym with him? Why is it only women, right? And when he did that to his sister, he waited until her husband was out of the house. Why didn't he do it to the husband? Why didn't he do it while the husband was there? Is that what happens when you have PTSD? You pick and choose like that? I don't think it's an excuse. Razone says she's showing more concern for her ex than I've seen her show for her children. Exactly. Right. And also Winnie the Cat said that she, what she said, a little spy told me that this girl is a criminal. Speeding, Janelle. You want us to believe. And again, Nathan is pushing 40 and he's dating a 20-year-old. And we're supposed to support him and say he's a victim here. And we're supposed to believe that this woman deserved it because she was arrested for speeding. Look at all the things that you've been arrested for, Janelle. You've got like 10 mugshots. And even still, if he were to attack you again, you would be a victim. So why even say that? David, didn't you say that he broke your collarbone, right? First he did, then he didn't, then he did again. And you said he did all these other things. Are we not supposed to feel bad for you? Are you not a victim just because you've been arrested a million times? What are you trying to say? That is absolutely insane. You are sick in the head for saying that and for doxing this woman. Like, Janelle, you're truly a sick, disturbing person. And you think this is normal. You come on TikTok with your glasses. Guys, I got to tell you, this has nothing to do with you. For you even to be hopping on here and spilling it. Like,
about your baby daddy. Drag your baby daddy. If that were me and that was my baby daddy, Lord, don't let me have a baby daddy. If that were my baby daddy, I would be here dragging his ass. You in the same state as our child. You have not made a single effort to communicate with me about the well-being, the safety. Didn't you say that this child got jumped and robbed? Nathan didn't even contact you for that, but he contacted you to hide him from the cops. That's what I'd be talking about on the TikTok. Not defending this freaking loser who already attacked me. Janelle, we saw you call the cops, get him arrested on TV for attacking you. You know he's capable of this. So what are you defending? And for what reason? She's insane. I'm going to swear, okay, you guys, cover your children's ears. She's fucking insane. Feels so dirty. Oh my God, Milena, thank you so much for the super chat. She said for weekend snacks, the hair looks fabulous on you. Thank you, Milena. Let me get me some beef jerky in your honor. Thanks, Boo. That's so nice of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so stunned. Janelle, like every single time you think she cannot be any stupider. You think she cannot stoop any lower. You think she cannot be any more of a freaking pick-me. And here she comes. She and her damn chin over here defending a man who has put his hands on her, who has fractured the jaw of his own sister, strangled his own sister. That's what you're defending, who doesn't give a crap about his own child, who only calls the mother of his child to hide him from the cops. That's what you're bragging about. No. What was that? That's what you're bragging about defending? Insane. And you're proud of that. And at the end of that video, you come here, you're talking about, by the way, I'm okay. Who asked about you? You weren't there. You weren't strangled. What are you talking about? And I'm going to fill my pool. Who cares about your pool? You could choke on your pool the way you're defending a serial woman beater. I do not give a crap about your pool. Nobody asked if you were okay. You had nothing to do with this. You should be embarrassed. You should be truly embarrassed to defend this man after all he's done to you, other women, right? And the fact that he's pushing 40, running after 20-year-olds. And you're saying that this is her fault. Were you there to say that this? Hang on, you guys. I do not know what's happening with my camera. I'm going to stop it and then start it again. Give me 1 second. Okay. You do not know that what part she had to do with this. You had no right to dox this woman at all. You don't. That was just so disgusting of you to go and put her name out there and try and have people believe that she did anything wrong. She's a 20-year-old young girl who was allegedly attacked by a 37-year-old man with a history of violence against women. And you're raising a daughter, Janelle. Imagine this happened to your daughter, that she was unfortunate enough to stumble upon a man or there you go, a man like Nathan. Imagine that happened. And that man's baby mama, who can't even get him to come visit their damn child, were to hop on the internet and try to rally everyone against you. You did this sort of thing to your own child. And now you're doing this to an innocent, young lady as well. You're sick in the head. You're not okay. That is insane. Like truly, truly insane. The best thing you can do in this kind of a situation is just sit back, shut your mouth, and let it play out. And again, to bring up, like my little spy told me this girl got arrested. She got arrested one time for speeding. Let's count how many times you got arrested, Janelle. How many times have you been arrested? Right? And for what different things? Does that mean that what David did to you doesn't matter? Is that what that means? Does that mean you deserve it, Janelle? Because you got arrested for a lot more than just speeding. And the message that you're putting out there is disgusting. You honestly should be apologizing to this young girl. You should be. And why are you spending your Thursday stalking your exes like this? Why would you accept for this man who only calls you when he needs for you to hide him from the police, to aid and abet this man? Why would you say, yeah, come stay in our child's bed, our child that you have not called to check in. Again, Janelle, she was very public on the internet about how Kaiser got jumped or robbed for his money at the park or something like that. Nathan did not check in for that. But here he is calling you so you can help him. Goodbye, Janelle. Goodbye. This is pathetic even for you. This is low even for you. The level of pick me that it takes to do this, like on the internet with a straight face, like it's normal, is just, honestly, I don't even know how to quantify it. That is disturbing to believe this man, after he has already done this time and time again, served time several times, right? Isn't he on probation for doing this to his sister? To believe this man and to smear this woman, this young girl, this innocent girl, you're sick. You're sick. And your life is your karma, Janelle. Anyway, you guys, give me a second. We got a word from some of our sponsors. On the flip side, we're gonna move over. Janelle's, sorry, not Janelle, but Nathan's girlfriend, Anastasia, she actually talked to some of the Reddit girlies. Shout out to our hotties over on Reddit. She talked to them a little bit about the situation. Obviously, she cannot give too much detail just because it is an active case and whatnot. But she spoke to them. We do also have a voice recording that she posted and deleted very quickly to her Instagram of Nathan essentially intimidating her from behind bars as well, trying to get her to not show up to her court date. Okay. And so if she were to not show up, that would benefit Nathan because then the case would be thrown out. This is what Janelle is defending. Lord have mercy. Take a look. We got a word from some of our sponsors. I'm going to take a drink, set everything up for when you come back, okay? And if you're enjoying today's episode of The Morning Report, please don't hesitate to go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The Morning Report. Why am I still hearing myself in the background? The ads. Okay, so we are back, you guys. So this is what I was talking to you guys about. Shout out to the Ashley's Reality Roundup for downloading a copy of the audio that Anastasia posted onto her Instagram of Nathan essentially participating in a witness intimidation, right? This is what Janelle is defending. Take a listen to it and we'll talk about it on the flip side.
I have a hearing at least. I don't know how that works. I have a hearing on first of next month.
Don't show up, please. Just don't show up.
Why not?
Please.
Why?
Because it'll be dissolved. Everything will be dissolved. You don't have to show up.
Nathan, I'm protecting myself.
I know. Can you please help me, Anastasia?
There you go. Why am I a guy, Anastasia? So Nathan is the victim. This woman attacked him. Yeah, he's trying to intimidate her out of going to jail. He's the one facing the charges again for the same thing he's always doing, right? We were calling him the Trown Strangler on the Grace Report since before he arrested this woman because that's his reputation. That's what he does, right? And we're supposed to believe that he's doing all of this because he's innocent? No, he's not. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to say allegedly. We already know. You know, like, what are you talking about? Anyway, you guys, listen. Let's get into I'm struggling. Is it Anastasia? How do you guys like to pronounce this word, by the way? I think I like Anastasia. No, Anastasia sounds better, right? It kind of sounds like Disney-ish, like in a good way. Anyway, so Anastasia did talk to some of our friends over on Reddit. So shout out to them for getting the scoop on her. Again, she didn't provide too many details just because it is an active case and she's got to be careful about what she says. Anything she says, can impact the case. And so this is what they were able to get from her, right? So she says that she's disappointed, as we all are, that Janelle has inserted herself in this so deeply with her long video, the video we just watched. However, she is actually so much more mature than Janelle. And I was so this is like, what they're saying on the side about speaking with Janelle, right? She said if it makes Janelle feel better and validates her by sharing Nathan's he said side of the story, she does not care. She did get arrested for
speeding years ago, one time. She's not been in any trouble since. She finds it ridiculous that Janelle brought this up because of how many mugshots she has. Exactly. It's very hypocritical, but she does it to make herself feel better and relevant too. Don't forget. She knows that Nathan accused her of cheating because that was his pattern during their relationship. He would get drunk, call her names, and accuse her of cheating. She said that he would use accusations of cheating as validation for his drinking. Nathan said he would only do it because she was cheating, like that he would only drink, right? And so she says that she did not cheat at all. And listen, one thing about cheaters is they're the ones that are always going to accuse you of cheating. So I do believe that Nathan was actually the one cheating in this relationship. And so now there's some more direct quotes from Anastasia here. Quote, and who knows, it could have been me. Maybe I did the right things. Maybe I said the right stuff. But what if the next girl doesn't have the chance? I was terrified. The night that it happened, I was trying to call my mom. She was visiting Vietnam, and that's why he did it. He knew she was gone for over a month. It's only been a week and a half. My mom was even telling me last night that he played his cards right in his favor, getting me completely alone. Nathan has attempted to isolate this woman to keep his abuse a secret, right? And listen, this is the thing about Nathan. This is what he did to his sister as well. His sister is married to a man, right? And together they decided to let this degenerate into their house. And Nathan, he only decided to put his hands on his sister when her husband was out of the house. He knows what he is doing. Right? I do not care about the PTSD this, the PTSD that. He is not putting his hands on men. He is not putting his hands on people that can check him. That is something he's doing on purpose because he is just an abuser, period. Right? He waited until this young girl, again, 37, out here dating a 20-year-old. You know, he waited until this girl's grown-ass mom was out of the country halfway around the world before he did it. These are very conscious decisions that he is making, right? So please do not coddle this man. Nothing else matters but the fact that he has a history of this sort of behavior. I feel like there are many veterans around the world, right? Is this, are we supposed to believe that this is just what veterans do? They run around choking random women? No, this is Nathan Griffith. This is who Nathan Griffith particularly is. Just saying. Anyway, let's lighten things up a little bit with some Beverly Hills mess, shall we? How are y'all feeling after this? Because this story definitely did take up quite a bit of today's episode of the Morning Report. And I kind of want to bring it back to our lighthearted, fun stuff. Ronnie says, pathetic for Janelle and Nathan. I agree. Caroline says, does Janelle have a relationship with her mom at all? Anyone? She and Barbara still are on the outs. As far as I'm aware. Nice to see you, BR. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, Lord. This stuff is all just so damn sad. I can't believe it. All right. I really cannot believe that there's no growth happening in any of these people. Nathan is still the same person we saw getting arrested for the same damn thing on Teen Mom a decade ago. Janelle is still the same damn person, right? Just defending abusive behavior, toxic men. Right? Heartbreaking for Kaiser indeed. Not a single brain cell between his two parents. Not a single responsible parent there. And it's just so damn sad. And exactly. Convenient PTSD excuse. Hey, Pamela, nice to see you. Thank you so much for popping by and have a great day at work. Paprika, that's one of my favorite spices, boo. I'm not surprised by Nathan or Janelle's behavior. Me neither. It's who they are. It's who they are, and we have to call a spade and stop trying to, find ways to coddle them. It's kind of like the Shannon Sharp thing, right? Shannon Sharp doing this, having a history of doing this to women, young women, white women. And what do they do to flip the narrative instead of taking ownership of the crappy way that they treat women? They say, oh, look, I told y'all to stay away from white women. They're going to go after your money, this and that. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the mistreatment of women, predatory selection of women, right? He is not the victim here. He's not. Anyway, you guys, like I said, I want to change over to some lighthearted stuff. It's Friday. I'm about to do a hair mask. Y'all know I'm obsessed with Indian hair care right now. I'm going to do my Brahmi, Amla, fenugreek, Kapur Kashli hair mask after this. And I'm so excited just to wrap it all up and get ready to see how it works. This is the first time I'm going to be using that mix. Nikki says, and that's why MTV won't bring her back. Exactly, as they shouldn't. Close that. You know what I'm picturing right now? Tiffany Pollard, that gif where she's closing the door. She's like this afterwards. That's me right now to you, Janelle. The door is closed. Go away. Do not come back. Gwen said, thank you. Plenty of people with PTSD aren't a danger to others. Nathan absolutely knows what he's doing and isolates all of his victims while planning his attack. Exactly. And if they keep on letting this man out, the next time he catches a charge, it's going to be for red rum. He's been emboldened too much. He needs to be permanently locked up at this point. There is no hope for Nathan Griffith. How many times does he have to do this? How many women have to suffer until we realize this, right? Spazcast says, need a palate cleanser from the DV. Amen, indeed. Let's go ahead and get that going. Raven says, Janelle defended David and lied for him. Yep. When he did that to her, when he did that to her son as well. Ooh, Theo, I've heard so many good things about coconut oil, and I'm so jealous of you guys who are not allergic to coconut.